14 guys from my firehouse were on.
Around 8:30.
I
believe they're on camera.
You get the run for a gas leak, or an odor of gas in the street actually doesn't work.
Just lift an odor of church, odor of gas. Yeah, I don't think anything of it. You get on the rig, you go, you say, oh, it's an odor of gas.
Jules was riding with the battalion chief, Joseph Fdny, videotape.
It was just another call, and I'm riding with the battalion chief.
It was basically camera practice. See, Jules had only been shooting for a few weeks. Before that, Gideon was the main cameraman.
Every time the battalion goes, I go. You know, just in practice. So I shoot. No, I don't stop.
Yes, right here. Right down.
We checked the area with meters, and it was kind of routine.
It was 8:46 in the morning. That's when this stopped even resembling a normal day.
Right then and there, I knew that this was going to be the worst day of my life as a firefighter.
Go to the trade center.
Immediately, I knew that this was an accident.
Oh my God. That looks like a record pack.
Chief Pfeiffer made the first official report.
We have the number of bullets on fire. It looked like the planes aiming towards the building. Transmit a third alarm. We'll have the staging area at Fdny and West Street.
It was probably a 2-minute ride, but it seemed like it was forever because there was a lot of things going through your head. Everything was fast and just looking up. It's like the world just stopped.
We are just currently getting a look at the World Trade Center. We have something that has happened here, flame and an awful lot of smoke from one of the towers. Whatever has occurred has just occurred within minutes, and we are trying to determine exactly what that is.
As we swung around in front of World Trade, my mind tells me, wow, this is bad. What do we do? What do we do for this? We parked right under the awning of one World Trade Center. Chief Pfeiffer put his gear on, and I remember asking him, Chief, can I come in with you? I want to come in with you. And he says, yep.
Yeah, you stay with me.
Come in with me, never leave my side. I go in, and I hear screams, and right to my right, there was 2 people on fire, burning. I just didn't want to touch them. It was like no one should see it.
Pfeiffer was the first chief into the building. Right away, a guy from the Port Authority told him the damage was somewhere above the 78th floor. But all you had to do was look around. It was obvious. Something had happened right there in the lobby.
You just saw that all the windows were blown out. The lobby looked like the flame hit the lobby.
Later, they'd figure out that flaming jet fuel had shot straight down the elevator shaft.
All of this damage was done already. People was all over the place. So you knew it was going to be worse when we got upstairs.
Flames are shooting out. Smoke is pouring out.
My main concern was we had 20 floors of people above. And we had to figure out a way to get them out. As it turned out, we had no usable elevators.
With the elevators out, there was only one way to get up there. Walk.
Companies come in, you see them with a concerned look on their face, and they're sent up.
A firefighter in full gear, carrying 60-something pounds of hose and equipment. Takes about a minute to climb one flight of stairs. These guys were looking at 80 stories just to get there. Then they'd start working.
I felt the mood that we were going to put the fire out. Everyone seemed to be confident. I know I was. You basically looked at it and said, okay, we got 10, 20 stories of fire. You know, we'll deal with it. We'll get up there. You know, we'll get to it.
There are fire crews just screaming into this area from every conceivable direction.
By this time, some of the top chiefs in the department had joined Chief Piper, running the command post, sending guys upstairs.
Every time I looked around, it's new faces. Some that I recognized. The chief front is a great guy, white hair, mustache, the perfect grandfather that you like. Remember seeing Lieutenant L.O.D. who's working with 911. Said hello and then started going up.
Another of the men who went up was Lieutenant Kevin Piper. He was in charge of Engine 33, and he was the chief's brother.
I just remember we both looked at each other, said a few words, but it was more the look with a real concern that this was going to be something tough.
It's going to be a tough job. It's going to be a long job. They'll put it out. That's what they do.
The last time Jules had seen his brother was an hour ago, at the firehouse. Far as Jules knew, Gideon had followed Tony, the probie, into the tower.
When we had left for the odor of gas in the street, for me it was in the engine. And then when we arrived to the trade center, he went up immediately with the guys. So for me, my brother is going up the stairs.
It turns out, Gideon was with Tony.
Engine 7, ladder 1. This is firefighter Benetata.
But Tony was still at the firehouse.
Yeah. No, I was off duty.
And now he'd been ordered to stay there.
Everybody's been recalled. All available units must come back to the firehouse.
While Tony tried to keep up with the phones,
This is firefighter Benetata.
Gideon took his camera and started walking down towards the trade center. He was sure his brother was inside, and he wanted to get to him.
I remember slowly walking down to the World Trade Center. What really sticks in my mind is passing by people and filming them and filming their astonishment. And the eyes saying, this is not happening. I remember tilting the camera back and forth between the people and the towers in front of me.
World Trade Center have been hit by aircraft. Both are in flames.
There is black smoke coming from both of the towers. It's a horrific scene here. There's debris flying through the air.
Mayday. There were two planes. I saw the second one hit. It hit the other tower.
All we knew was that a second plane hit, and we had a lot of people trapped.
Stay together. Stay together. Let me know what's going on. Second plane.
Now the chief would have to set up a whole other operation over in Tower 2.
I'm going to send him up. I got to take
When the second plane hit, that's when we could see fear.
Both of them are on fire.
We could see it in everybody's eyes.
Tell your co-workers.
There were people from all over the world in this street. Different colors, different languages. On those few blocks between the firehouse and the World Trade Center, the entire world was there.
Two aircraft. The first one on one World Trade Center. The second one just happened.
And they were all looking at the same thing and talking about the same thing and reacting the same way.
You saw a plane go into the plane. Went straight into the building, right there into the plane. Yeah, I'll be the plane. Yeah, that was a direct hit. Huge one. That's what there were two planes. Yeah, there's two. One of these buildings. Yeah, I saw the last one. Whoa! In the mountain. What are those people going to do? On the second one? Yeah. All the elevators are blocked out. Yeah. Well, the staircases must still be, right?
Stairs were crowded. People were coming down burnt.
Upstairs in Tower 1, the guys from my firehouse were now 10 floors up and climbing.
If we did talk, it was to the people coming down, trying to comfort them, tell them it's all right, get out, stay calm.
I wound up finding a woman in the C staircase. Her arms were all burned. She was just sitting there, basically in shock. So I picked her up under her arms and I put her in with a group of guys, and I asked the guys to, take it down.
I knew we had to get up to help people. We had to get up there. People pretty much said, "Why are y'all going up there? Get out."
Their concern was to get everybody out. That was the key. As much people out as possible.
Most of the people in Tower 1 came out on the mezzanine above the lobby. Then they'd get out through another building.
All right, I want to use the lobby of 7 as a triage.
The chiefs didn't want anyone going through the lobby doors. First, it was because debris was falling outside. Then, it was people falling.
You don't see it, but you know where it is.
What's that?
And you know that every time you hear that crashing sound, it's a life which is extinguished. It's not something you could get used to. And the sound was so loud.
I just remember looking up, thinking, how bad is it up there that the better option is to jump?
Reports of a plane hijacking before these crashes we're telling you about at the World Trade Center towers this morning.
Pieces of the building and the plane actually landed blocks away. Gideon was walking with his camera when he found a chunk of the plane engine that had crashed completely through Tower 2.
Don't be kicking stuff. Don't give us evidence. No, you don't kick it. All right, just get out of here. Let's go. This is evidence. You're kicking stuff. What's the matter with you?
That was as close as Gideon would get to the Trade Center, without a firefighter anywhere.
So I decided that the smartest thing to do was to slowly walk back to the firehouse and find a way to go to June.
We're just getting word now. One of the two planes was hijacked after takeoff from Boston. This is
two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
We now have reports of a fire at the Pentagon. Fire at the Pentagon being reported this morning.
I was just saying that the officials are calling this an act of terrorism. They're saying that's clearly what it is, clearly not an accident.
Arriving back at the firehouse, and Tony is still alone, and he has no clue of what to do.
Pentagon's on fire. War. This is war.
And just by listening to him, freaking out and swearing and behaving like I've never seen him behaving, Tony was expressing what we all felt. At that point, I saw the fireman in him taking over.
I can't believe the fucking Pentagon. Somebody had balls.
I mean, a few times he was just pulling his gear and about to rush to the door, realizing that he was the only one in charge of this empty firehouse, and going back to the house watch and looking again at his picture on TV and to make sure that it was real.
Two enormous explosions at the World Trade Center.
Tony just wanted to go there.
In the lobby, the chiefs were trying to run the largest rescue operation any of them had ever seen. With next to no information coming in from outside.
You got a phone that's working?
I think the entire world knew more than we did. Everybody had seen the attack. Everybody had seen the tower burning. Had seen the Pentagon. For us, we didn't have a clue of what was going on outside our lobby. It's like a beehive, that's right. Everybody's working on the phone, everybody's working on the radio. Everybody's getting information, sending guys up, getting reports. And just trying to get this thing under control.
At one point, there was even a rumor a third plane was heading in. You got to remember, at that moment, anything seemed possible.
MYCHAL, Port Authority, police, and the military. And I need that done now. Another fucking plane. Many people out of the fucking building. Let it burn up. We ain't putting it We got a lot of people pushing us, so we got to get these people out.
On top of everything else, just talking to the guys in the stairwell was tough.
Fort Davis to Battalion 7.
The tower's internal communication setup had been knocked out by the crash. That left fire department radio.
Suddenly, you have hundreds and hundreds of firefighters that have radio. It seems to become more and more difficult.
OEM 1 to base. Please providing again with your location.
You had one guy in the WTC who was trying frantically to reach anyone on the elevator.
69 cars. Anyone in this car? Is there anyone in this car?
And going through the list,
Hello, is there anyone in this car?
and there's about 98 elevators in the World Trade Center. In the middle of all this, suddenly an elevator opens up. And you see people not having a clue of what's going on. Because they've been stuck in there since the first plane hit. I was seeing the look on the firefighters. It was not fear, it was what's going on. Disbelief. That made me panic a little bit. That made me panic. It was the first time I had seen Father Judge, the chaplain, as he's called.
He was in the lobby with us, and I could tell that he was praying. You know, Father Judd, he would at least make eye contact with you and kind of give you a reassuring look. That wasn't occurring, almost like he knew that this was not good.